Okay, folks, welcome to the channel, and here we go again playing Star Citizen. As I said, playing Star Citizen. I'm not a hater, I don't want the project to fail. I actually would love to see it do a lot better than it is right now, but unfortunately, it is what it is. And for the children out there that don't understand how you could possibly play something that you see lots of flaws with, well, it's called being a damn adult. Grow up a little bit. It's gonna be something that you will inevitably have to do, okay? So all of that being said, one of the many problems, massive issues the game has right now is, well, maybe the worst of all is the engine is going nowhere. The engine is really terrible. It cannot sustain even the minimal amount of progress, which that leads us to the other main problem, which is there is no progress. They don't have a crew. They don't have experienced people that know what they're doing, and all of this combines in the most horrible way. And then adding on top of that as a third huge problem is this monetization obsession idea that does not leave room for anything else. Yes, I understand it's a for-profit business. I'm a capitalist. I have no problem with that. The issue is that if you only worry about making money and have no consideration for customer satisfaction, for actually delivering on a solid product, for actually having a game that is fun, these ideas that other better game developers do understand. They know that you're going to make money if you deliver a great game that people believe in. Well, that's the way in which you're supposed to do things. Now, if your idea is just focused on voracious, desperate monetization of the kind you mostly see in cell phone games, if you specifically hire a cell phone game monetization expert to lead your project, well, you're going to have a shitty cell phone game model of monetization, which is unfortunately what we see here. The only thing they care about is selling new ships, so they nerf the ones that you already have so as to force you to buy new ones, and a lot of people do. But I'm concerned that it's not going to be good enough. I'm concerned that the model is actually money for today, bankruptcy for tomorrow kind of thing. They don't seem to care. Maybe they've already come to terms with this. Maybe because of the horrible financials they've been getting the last few years, they have accepted that that's the way it's going to go. You only need to worry about maximizing profit for the time being until this goes under. Adding on top of that, we have the ongoing event. The ongoing event, which is, it is very bad. You don't need me to tell you, it just doesn't work. It relied on lifts that never worked. And by the way, for people that still believe there's gonna be a 1.0 release at some point, my friend, they could not figure out how to make elevators to work up until now. They could not get elevators working in the event. What on the hell makes you think they will solve this all of a sudden when after a decade and $1 billion they just could not get this done? On top of that, not only is it even horrible, the rewards you get are lackluster. Say, this is the armor you get. Is it something you see yourself wearing a lot? Well, no. And just as an example of this, as an example of how decadent this is the armor they make in 2025. If you go and look at the Artemis Armor that you got for the chairman reward, that's the Artemis Armor that's been around here forever. It's been around here for a very long time. That is much better looking. It looks like $1 million. It looks great. That's the armor that they were capable of doing way back then. Not anymore. All of that is gone. Now you have this shitty armor that is kind of embarrassing to look at. Well, apparently I don't even have it here, but yeah, you know the armor. Well, that's the chest piece there. Okay, let's see if we can put this together. It is just all a sign of how bad this is, but it gets even worse. You know why? Not only is the reward bad, not only is that something you pretty much, the fear of missing out is kind of wearing very thin with this. No, it's not the Artemis, but you know, even just little things like this. It used to be, this is the kind of thing they were capable of doing, the Artemis Armor. Now we have that garbage. But you know what? It's even worse. Making it even extra worse, you don't even get that reward. You don't even get the rewards because you're not getting the rewards delivered. And that is maybe the worst sin a game like this can make, which is the fear of missing out. You're not even getting those rewards. I just checked. It's been days now. I did not get my reward, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. It is right here. Right when you go here, you see this. So I went past the 4-tier reward. It is not in my permanent hangar, and it's not in the game. So I'm not getting even the reward that I'm supposed to get. This is unsustainable. A model that is broken in every single facet of what you're supposed. What is it that they're doing right? Think of it that way. What is it that they got right in the last couple years? The flight model being worse than before, you flying slower than before, the desperation for selling rehashes of the ships you already have because they don't even have talent enough to make a nice, interesting looking new ship to sell. They just have to OP some variation of the ships that you already have in game because that's how low it has gotten even within the design team itself. You're not getting the rewards that you're going. And yeah, they're gonna check. They're gonna check when the event is over. Really? What if it fails then too? I mean, what if it fails like everything else has failed? I 100% expect them to fail at delivering just like they failed to deliver now. Just like they failed to get elevators to work. Just like they failed on everything else. You don't even have a proper working map. They've reworked this thing so many times and it's still garbage. It's still even worse than the one we had before they reworked on this. Every single aspect of the game is worse than before, and it is showing. You see it with your own eyes. You have to be blind. You have to be a desperate simp to try to make this anything other than what it is. It is this. Guys, this is it. These missions all broken. I think they finally got the mercenary missions to work again. Help protect site. I think this is working. Yeah, there it is. It actually activates. It is as horrible as it's always been, but at least it's working now. We have to settle with that. We have to settle with things being worse than before, but at least working. Because just days ago, hours ago, it was not even working then. You could not even do a bunker run in this game. Guys, I'm just telling you as it is. Not getting the reward is the last slap in the face for those that are still trying to make this work. And I think it's not gonna work. I think the time is limited. I think it's gonna go under very soon. So be very careful. Be very careful with the money you pump into this dying thing, because it's gonna be. I mean, you lost it already. The moment you exchange hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars for JPEGs, you lost it already. But now you won't even get your JPEGs if this goes under and gets sold for pieces to whoever buys what's left over. Take care, guys.